I will say this about, Dinelson Lamet. There's been some comments about Dinelson Lamet in here tonight.
Yeah.
They need to figure it out sooner rather than later. I mean, what is the plan here? Are we going to run him
What's
into
the
the
point?
ground?
What's the point of Dinelson Lamet anymore?
What are you trying to kill his confidence? Are you trying to make him the most ineffective reliever in baseball? There is no role, by the way. This idea that there's a role in a bullpen is to pitch in mop-up duty. No, it isn't. The worst pitcher on your staff pitches in mop-up duty. That's not Dinelson Lamet. If you want that role filled by Dinelson Lamet, then get rid of Dinelson Lamet and go fill that role with someone that makes $700,000 a year. Why would you pay someone $5 million to be the mop-up guy? Of course, every team has a mop-up guy. It's called the worst reliever in their bullpen. Why would that be Dinelson Lamet? If he's your worst reliever, get rid of him and go find someone else to fill the back of your bullpen.
The mop-up guy in this team should be like Craig Stammen.
Right.
I mean, and now you're dealing with a situation where you're without Pierce Johnson because he goes on a 60-day IL. That's a huge loss for their bullpen. And you have Lamet, which is like, what are you what is Lamet? Why is Lamet like everything? Every question you could ask about Dinelson Lamet. It doesn't make any sense for this team. So, and I would say it's unfortunate because he had a bunch of talent and he was really good in 2020 and he had some really good stints, but it's over with. And you're wasting money here. You are wasting $5 million on a guy that brings nothing to this team anymore. It's an unfortunate situation, but you got to cut the cord at some point.
What are they waiting for? I mean, seriously, what's going to happen? The pitcher that pitched for the Padres in 2020 that was third in the Cy Young voting is not pitching again for the Padres. If that happens elsewhere, it happens elsewhere. Because that seems to happen all the time with the Padres, but it will not, under any circumstance, happen again here. Sorry.
I mean, this is crazy to me. You have Lamet and Craig Stammen making a combined total of almost $10 million. Are you kidding me? Just goes back to roster construction by AJ Preller. Like, what are you doing? And I saw earlier in the chat, well, Preller does draft well because the players that he's traded away, that he's drafted, are doing great with other teams. So technically, he kind of does draft well. He just doesn't know how to develop them here.
Yeah. And I would do this. I mean, I agree with Jado. I'd send him down immediately. I would have sent him down yesterday. He's got options, I believe. I think he's got 2 options. If he has options, what is he doing here?
I mean, if he has options, I mean, what I would do is say, screw it. You know what? You want to be a starter? Let's make you a starter again. Try to build up some confidence. Stretch you out. And then maybe build some trade value. And, you can go out there and say, hey, look, we have Dinelson Lamet down in the minors who we actually made a starter again. He's looking pretty good. We need a bat. What do you got? That's if you're going to keep him, do that. But if you're not, I don't know, man.
Kyle Hendricks has the lowest fastball velocity in the big leagues, right? Average fastball velocity, 86.
Jesus. And 3 hits tonight? Barely 3 hits?
3 hits, all singles. Now, he could carve. I mean, he's carved in his career before. He hasn't done it necessarily this year. But come on. I mean, come on. Can't barrel anything? There were a couple of barrel balls early that were hit at guys, but, I mean, he throws 86,
Yeah. 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 And Craig is right. I mean, he messed up not getting the surgery. Clevenger got the surgery, and he's back to being a starter full time.
Right.
So this is, I mean, you could say it's on the team, it's on Lamet, it's on whatever happened, it's whatever you want to say. Hindsight's obviously 2020, but looking back now, not getting the surgery and kind of just pretty much wasting a year for whatever 2021 was for Lamet. I don't know how to describe it. You're now in a situation where you're on the verge of being DFA'd if they can't find a way to trade you.
Hey, is Abrams going down? I mean, now that Alcantara is here, why is he here? I mean,
right.
So if he's here, I assume Abrams is going down. Why is the Zokar starting in right over Abrams? And if it's because he's a better player right now in the big leagues, I'm fine with it. But then why is Abrams here? Because you just signed Alcantara. You got all these middle infielders / reserve outfielders, all these masters of none. What role does Abrams have? We talk about Lamet. What role does Abrams have right now? And why are you allowing him to now not be developed? I understood it early if you were going to play him. Now you're not playing him. Now you're signing veteran middle infielders, although Alcantara is not even one of those guys. He's 25 years of age and has never hit. He barely has any big league experience, maybe a couple hundred plate appearances. But clearly they value him over Abrams. So why is Abrams here?
Just a bunch of quadruple A players with this team.
I mean, would you prefer that? Would you prefer Alcantara? And I don't know. Maybe it's better. Would you prefer Alcantara than Abrams is learning here? I mean, what's Abrams going to do? Hit worse than the other 7 guys in this lineup other than Machado and Hosmer? What's going to happen if you play him every single day? Why would he not start and right over Azokar?
I don't know, John. Let me go here. Hold on. I'm going to text Bob Melvin right now while he's on the shitter, and I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out why C.J. Abrams isn't in right field playing every day to get some at bats. It's another situation. They have nobody. You put this kid in such a horrible spot of his developmental stage, and hopefully this doesn't screw him down the line, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know why he's here, because if he's not playing, what is the point? You need to get this guy at bats, and if he's getting at bats, he's not doing anything.
And if you have Alcantara on the big league roster, then what role does that? Yeah, Abrams is going down. I mean, I'll be shocked if Abrams doesn't go down like tomorrow, because if Alcantara's here, you got to move with Myers, you got to move with Voit. Although Voigt's not coming back, he's going back to AAA. Thank the Lord.
Well, he's going to be up soon. He's going to be up at some point this year.
Well, they could option him.
In the chat, who hits their first home run this year, or who hits a home run first, Tatis or Voit?
We did this last night.
I know. Who hits a home run first this year, Tatis or Luke Voit? Do you think Tatis could hit a home run with a broken wrist over Luke Voit right now?
Yeah, probably.